Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel Nanda Hikes. So again, another new trek today, which is Ankushagiri Hill trek, which is about 70 kilometers from Bangalore. So the drive was beautiful, 1.5 hours it takes, and we stopped at this Nammavidu Vasanta Bhavan, a recommended breakfast point, before we proceeded to the base of the hill. So the trek start point is basically a temple called Thirumalaguppi Swami Temple, and the link I've shared in the description box, the starting point of this trek, so please refer to that. And the parking place is this, and then the starting of the trek point is this Sri Thirumalaguppi Swami Temple. Okay, Ankushagiri Kothur Shoolagiri, that's where it is. So you can see here. So this is where you need to park. This is a trekking starting point, and then of course this is the hill which we are climbing today. So the path is somewhere here behind the temple area. That's where we have to start. Okay, of course it's all dirty today because I think looks like yesterday there was a function, and knowing our civic sense, this is a proof. It's all just thrown all over the place. Plates, bottles, crazy it is. I hope it gets cleaned. I hope our people also change. So enough parking is there. That's not an issue. This is a Thirumalaguppi Swami Temple. We have to climb up this way. From the temple, we have to come back. I've got a lot of junk out here because of some function. Paint to Tandini. Okay, starting itself, couple of temples looks like. So there's a temple here. Oh, there are two temples actually. There's one more at the back. So that's a temple. So the hill got its name Ankushagiri because it resembles the elephant goad, or known as Ankus or bull hook. It's basically a tool with sharp metal hook and point used by the handlers to train elephant. But in terms of history, of course, this Ankushagiri Fort, also known as Thirumalaguppi Fort, was built in the 16th century by King Ankusha Raya, a successor of the Channapatna ruler Jagadeva Raya. So this hill fortress later served as a capital for local Poligars like Chokka Gowda before passing through Maratha, Mysore under Haidar and Tipu's return, and then the final British rule. So there's a temple here. Then immediately from here you continue. Okay, so we've started the climb. Path is okay, but no markings. So let me also mark while coming back. Things are started opening up. That's a temple. Parking area. And there's another big mountain that side as well. So some key facts about this Ankushagiri Fort trek. So it's located on the Karnataka Tamil Nadu border at a place called Shoolagiri, which is a taluk and part of Krishnagiri district. And it's about 75 kilometers from Bangalore and reaches 3,038 feet above sea level. From the difficulty point of view, this is an easy to moderate trek, right? And the trail consists of flat walk places, and then some boulders, small boulders crossing, and then typical forest trail. Then you also have some boulders to climb as well. Not very steep, but they are, right? And especially if it rains, etc., you be careful, and you should have a good trekking shoe too. First of all, that's the most important thing. And the base, as I said, it starts at Thirumalaguppi Swami Temple, and from there you start your trek. Now, typically it should take about 45 minutes to 1 hour to do this trek. And then on the top, of course, you find the ruins of the fort with a lot of pillars broken down, etc., etc. But it is a nice scenery from top that you can enjoy, spend some time, and then descend back. You will see a lot of multi-layered historical Vijayanagar era fortification ruins. This is what we saw that as well. Then you also have a water pond kind of thing, which was used those days by the garrison and the people who stayed there for drinking and domestic purpose, right? So this is what you can see on top. Trail is not well marked, so I have made an attempt to actually mark some arrows, which will help you all. There's a scene from top right now, midway. Hello. There's a little one. So this is one particular steep boulder section which you climb. After that, you enter a forest path again. The path is not marked properly, but I have marked right now with paint. So I'm sure the others who follow now should not have an issue to figure out that. Otherwise, it's a little tricky to find that the path to the forest section to proceed further. Okay, so that's where you need to go in. A small forest section. From there you again a boulder section. Of course the lines are going on top. We go this way and then we are just following this line again. What time we started? 8:30. Okay, so now we need to climb up some boulder sections, but this looks very normal. Left ಹೋಗಿ gradual ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay, so this is a boulder section to climb, small one. Okay, so this is the top, but then there is something on top there, so we'll just go and check. What is that? But it is very nice, beautiful. Just follow the line, then I think we can see a line, that path. Okay, so let's go. So from there we climbed up, came there. Now we are going about this place. Yen butteralla chick chick doddu. And not many people also here, so it's kind of empty. There's another boulder here, a big one. So I can see some path here, so let's go. And then of course the pole is also next, side by side, so you know you're on the right trail. So this is what you have to do always. If you get stuck, just keep looking for this kind of clues, a pole or a water pipe, so those will take you to the right direction. A massive water point here, so I think they must have used for storing water those days. Yeah, so this is a water point here, so it's massive here, and that's a fort wall. So definitely we saw a lot of broken pillars. Obviously there must have been mantap kind of thing, or probably a small fort. Of course you can see a fort wall here. I'm talking about the level which we saw there, that side. So finally we reached the summit. It took us about 1 hour, basically stopping there, taking pics, and then took some rest, and then reached here. So it was a pretty relaxed climb. So once you come up here, you get treated to some beautiful views far and wide. You have a lot of hillocks, small, big. One can see also the Krishnagiri dam backwaters from here, right? So spend some time with your group exploring all the ruins which is there at the summit, and then descend down. Okay, so many pillars all over there, or it has got destroyed, some of them are standing here, they're standing there. So many pillars here, so I don't know whether it is destroyed or it's incomplete. So this is a peak. trail basically not well marked, so there are places like this section where you'll get tricky, so you need to see where the people are coming. There I mark some arrows. I mark some arrows here as well throughout the section, so that it helps the next people who come in. Okay, otherwise you can easily get lost and then you'll have to search the place. We also got little lost while descending back, but yeah, so these are the arrows which I put now, right? So this Y fork what we see here has got two paths, okay? So at the bottom when we climbed up we saw two paths, one which we took to go and check the ruins of the temple, and then we used this path to come up. Now we're going to take the left one and go down and then explore the route number 2. So you climb up this path, then you go to the small temple there, you can see on top. Then there's a path here which also takes you to the top, and I've done the marking with the arrows. Or you can take this path, also it goes and joins the same path on top, okay?